Hi everyone. This week I wanted to give you an update on the city's budget. And of course, what we do in the way of budgeting this year is, as everything else, affected by the pandemic. The pandemic, of course, is not only a public health crisis, but it has brought considerable economic disruption across the United States and here in New Bedford. We've, in the last few months, have seen our unemployment rate skyrocket. We've seen business activity drop, and we're not alone. But as we look forward to what the city does in the coming year, obviously the drop in city resources, the revenue we use to pay for things like policing and fire and public services, infrastructure services, the libraries, everything, will have dropped, and it has. And so we've got to work our way through it. Over the last several years, we have seen the city get through some pretty tight financial times. It's just now with the pandemic, the pressures are especially intense. What we've tried to do in the budget is to present a budget that create savings, achieve savings, because we have to. We can't pay, because of the pandemic, we can't pay for all the things we ordinarily would, without compromising materially the services that the city delivers to its residents. And we want to try to do it without laying anybody off. We've seen layoffs in the past here. We've seen around the country about 3/4 of cities that have laid off somebody already. And so I think we're going to be able to do it without layoffs, but not without cuts that are significant. So we've submitted a budget we think makes sense. I gave my budget address the other night to the city council, and the text of the speech is on the city's website. I encourage everybody to take a look at how we worked our way through the numbers. We've made some reductions in fire and police because, other than the school department, those are the two largest budgets in departments in city government. And what we've done is in police, we've taken a look at the footprint of the police department. New Bedford is the only city in Massachusetts besides Boston that still has district stations. Everybody else has gotten away from it. So, that reflects the overall trend in policing. So we think that we can reduce there by consolidating the downtown station into the police headquarters on Rockdale Avenue. Doing that and reassigning some desk officers from all three stations will save us a considerable amount of money. We have to close the Ashley Park Senior Center as well. We've kept that open even though it has been sparsely used over the last several years, but that unfortunately is not something we can continue to afford to do. We're doing some consolidation in payroll services in city government, which is a back office function, but it does create certain inefficiencies. We're consolidating that as well. And then the last thing is in the fire department, because of the drop in calls that we've seen on the fire side, we're able to reduce the footprint of the fire department. Not something we would like to do at all, but we have in the last, since we changed the way that emergency calls are fielded, such that fire apparatuses are not going with ambulances on non-emergency medical calls. We think that we can reduce the capacity in the fire department by just a little bit. So that will help us pick up some savings as well. So again, I just encourage everybody to take a look at the speech or to listen to it, to watch it on cable. And if people have questions, call the mayor's office. Obviously, we're going to be deliberating. The city council is going to be deliberating about the budget. But what we've tried to do is really make the best of a very difficult situation. We take no joy in making any cuts at all, but we're trying to set up the city to be stronger in the long run, financially and in every other respect. And the budget that we've submitted reflects that effort. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to call my office, certainly your city councilor, and we'll go forward successfully in the months and years ahead together. Thank you, everybody.